guys, so long time no see, but I wanted to tell you that videos are going to be coming back around again. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up. We are going to Cirque du Soleil here in a couple of weeks. We are going to go see the new Spider-Man movie at Disney Springs. Very, very pumped about that. We're huge Marvel fans, and Spider-Man is one of my husband's and my absolute favorite superheroes, and so we're really excited about that. But as you notate from the title, I wanted to talk about our cruise coming up and some of the things that I have been doing to prepare, and things that we're just really excited about. We actually just completed our online check-in, which was kind of not annoying or stressful, but like it didn't go as smoothly as I anticipated. So I guess we'll start with that. This whole video is going to be advice and things like to prepare for your cruise and tips and so on and so forth. So stay tuned, because there might be something interesting that you may not know about your cruise and what you can do for your cruise. So online check-in, since that is fresh in my mind. So online check-in starts on, the days posted on your reservation information. So either online on the website or in the app, it'll say you can check in on this day. I think it either says after this day or starting this day, but it is midnight that morning of that day. So like, for example, let's say it says you can check in on the 5th. You can check in at midnight on the 5th. So like the evening of the 4th is when you can check in. Now you can check in at any time after that, but the earlier you complete your online check-in, the sooner you'll be able to pick an arrival time. Now this may not be a big deal for some people. When my husband and I are going on a newer ship, we like to pick an earlier date, or an earlier time rather. That way we can choose, or we have more time to explore the ship, because you pay for 4-day, 5-day, whatever, but like if you get on the ship earlier, you have just that many more hours, more time on the ship to do things, to explore, to get the room set up, yada yada, than if you arrive later in the day. Some people like arriving later in the day because it is less stressful. There's less people trying to hurry and run on the cruise and book things and so on and so forth. In my mind, I've paid for the whole disembarkation day. I would like to get there as soon as possible, and that's just how I feel about it. Now, we are going on the Destiny. Eventually we have one booked, which we're really pumped about that. We've been on the Treasure, and we've also been on the Wish, which are sister ships, which basically just means it's the exact same ship with different themed areas. So because we've already learned what that ship is going to look like, and parts of it we've already been to, aka the Haunted Mansion parlor, for example, we aren't in a hurry or in a rush to get an earlier check-in for that time. So I'll probably just log in sometime during that day and, pick an arrival time. That said, when you do your online check-in, you get to pick your arrival time. It's not like the sooner you get it, you'll get an earlier arrival time. You can get an earlier arrival time. You can choose a later arrival time if you would like. Now, the longer you wait, the less arrival times there will be. But at the same time, like, I could have also chosen, when I checked in, I could have chosen a later arrival time if I wanted that. And you might think, why would I want that? Well, for example, the Destiny cruise is sailing out a port that's farther away from where we live, and so it's going to take longer for us to get there. So we're wanting to pick a later arrival time, so that way we have time to actually get there. Now, I believe if you're late to your arrival time, it's not like they're gonna be like, you're an hour late, you can't get on the ship. They're not gonna do that. So like if we picked an earlier arrival time and we arrived later, sorry, my cats are doing weird things, we'll still be able to get on the ship. I hate when I'm vlogging in the house by myself and then I hear weird noises. I assume it's one of my 2 cats, but we're gonna move on. So just keep that in mind when you're picking arrival times. you know, when you are concierge, and I believe when you are, let's say if you're staying at a Disney resort and you're taking the Disney shuttle there, I believe they'll let you straight on the ship, like you don't have to sit and wait. So also keep that in mind if you're already planning on like staying on Disney property and just taking it there, because they're gonna drop you off fairly early in the day. For example, I was able to get the earliest boarding time / arrival time by waking up at midnight and doing my online check-in. The earliest I was able to get as a Silver Castaway Club member it's 12:30. When we booked the Treasure, I did it just as soon as I got up because I had to work the next day. So I got up at like 5:30, I think, or a little earlier because it took me a while to do online check-in, which is I'll get into in a minute. Our arrival time was 1 o'clock, so it's only 30 minutes earlier, but at the same time, our boarding group was 20 and now it's 15. So like, it's a little extra time, but if they're letting people in early, you might have more time. We actually got on the ship later because they were delayed in letting us in for the Treasure. And so when we got on, we didn't actually get onto the ship until closer to 1:30, which again, wasn't that bad because we were able to drop off all of our luggage immediately because your rooms typically become available around 1:30. And so again, it just completely depends on what you're looking for. If you're wanting to get on the ship early and get as much as you possibly can in, keeping in mind you're gonna have to carry whatever carry-on luggage you want everywhere you go, which like isn't a big deal, but like you're just keep in mind you're gonna have that with you. You could travel light and just have a backpack and that might not be an issue at all. But remember, you can drop off your checked luggage with your they'll send you tags. Do your checked bags, drop them off. Don't forget to tip the cast members there helping you, which we did bring cash to tip. On the Treasure, we gave it to the guys who took our luggage onto the ship. And then when we're getting off, we ended up having more luggage than anticipated. And because we were so tired, because it was so early on disembarkation day, we had some cash left over to give to the very lovely cast members who were like, I've got a giant wagon. Would you like me to put all your luggage on the wagon and pull it for you all the way to my car? They literally pushed it all the way to our car, which was not a service we expected at all, which is why we gave him whatever cash we had left because we had like an abundance left over and we're like, here, take it all. Thank you so much. We were just so grateful that we didn't have to, because we were parked on, I think, the 2.5 floor on an angle. So we were very grateful for those casts that were willing to help us bring our bags back. When it comes to online check-in, what do you need? Well, it actually kind of depends on what cruise you're going on. We pretty much only do Caribbean cruises, East and West, but like Caribbean, Bahamian, in that generic area. So for us, all you need is your passport, or you can do your birth certificates and then a ID. Now, you have to make sure those are all verified, of course, and you also have to bring said documents with you to the cruise, which means if you use your birth certificate, you have to bring your birth certificate. But you have to have all of that for your online check-in and day of embarkation day checking in. So what you do, you go online. I'd like to go online even if you're using your phone, which I did actually use my phone because I planned on getting out of bed and doing it on my computer, but then midnight rolled around and I was like, I'm not getting out of bed. So I did it on my phone. But I had saved photos of all the documents that I needed. I made sure they were cropped and lit properly, which you can literally just take a picture of either with a digital camera and just upload it to your computer, or you can just take it on your phone and then you have it on your phone. And then you'll upload each document. It'll ask you, what documents are you using? From a drop-down bar, I'm gonna say whatever it is, passport or like ID, birth certificate, whatever, and then you'll upload the document. It'll ask you to crop it, so it's like fills in a little square there. Again, I did this all on my phone. And then it asks for basically specific details to look for in said document, whether it's your surname, day you were born, so on and so forth. Which I guess is your birthday, is the day you're born. I was gonna say birthday and I'm like, that's not correct, but it is correct. And then same thing for your ID, certain information on your ID, you'll have to copy. Luckily, again, with the phone, you can kind of just highlight whatever the text is and just copy it in, which is what I did, and enter in all that information that you need. And each individual person you have to check in. So I checked in myself. I clicked on my name, typed all that information in. Then I went in with Jared, typed in all of his information and such. One of the things that we'll ask you, which I think I forget every single time, is when you're doing your online check-in, it's going to ask you how you want to do onboard payments. So like if you do a room charge to get coffee or something, who's paying for that and what card is it going to? So my husband, it pays for all of the I pay for the cruise, he pays for the cruise onboard fun things. And so his credit card needed to be connected to that account. And then it'll also give you the prompt of, is this person paying for anybody else in the stateroom? So I selected myself. When I was checking in with my friend Stephanie on the Treasure, I left her unchecked because she was going to be paying for herself. So my husband and I were linked and she paid for her own things. When she went in and did her own online check-in, she put in her own card. So that way all of her onboard things would go to her. But just keep that in mind when you're doing online check-in. It's going to ask for that, it's going to ask for that. And then I think once all of the documentation has been uploaded properly, it will do an approval check. So there's a couple of other things it asks, like, are you pregnant? And a couple of other things. I can't remember off the top of my head. They'll ask you what your arrival time's going to be, and you can pick which one. And so I picked the earliest one, which was 12. There was actually a lot of arrival times available, which I don't know what the last one was. I'm assuming it's probably 2, maybe 3 o'clock, because you have to be on the ship by like 4, I think, because that's when the mandatory drill is. Which everyone has to be on board for. You cannot miss that, or else you get in a lot of trouble. So you can pick any of those times and then move on. And I think because our stateroom, I checked in most of us, it allowed Stephanie to come in with us, and she didn't have to pick her own arrival time. I'm not sure about that when it comes to traveling with other people, but at least when it comes to traveling with your immediate party, that's how you would do that. I've already mentioned this in another video that I'm going to tag in the bottom, in the description below, talking about Castaway Clubs, using the Disney Navigator app, which is basically going to be your go-to. It's just like when you go to the parks using a Disney app, that's going to be your go-to for literally everything, for when characters are meeting, hours for when places are opening and closing, if they have a late or earlier closure time, any updates for anything going on, like changes in plans and such, booking things like Palo, which is a signature dining, or booking things like spas and such, communicating with each other. There's a communication port where you can talk to each other. Now, we had a lot of issues on the Treasure when it came to communicating with each other. My husband and I had no issues. We have Verizon. We had no, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, because my friend has, Stephanie has AT&T. We had major issues communicating with her. She didn't get those messages until like much later. It would like update and like all pop up. But my husband and I didn't have problems. That, and typically, like your watch or your phone will pop up with notifications of like, oh, this is starting soon, go see it, but it wouldn't always show you the message notifications. Like there were several times where he would be like, didn't you get my message? And then I would pull it up and be like, oh, look, there it is, but I didn't get notified. So that's kind of hit or miss. So just keep an eye on that, but it is going to be super helpful for finding pretty much anything and everything that's going on the ship. On embarkation day, get familiar with that app, because the more familiar you are with it, the easier your trip's going to be when it comes to making last minute plans and such. Make sure you keep your medications and such with you. Keep it in your carry-on. Don't have it in your checked luggage is what I meant to say. That way, in case there is an emergency of some sort on embarkation day, you're able to have it with you. I have like a tiny little, I don't have it on me at the moment, but I have like a tiny cute little pink pill case that I keep pretty much everything, and I just filled everything to the brim that we could possibly need, including Dramamine. Don't forget to bring Dramamine. Non-drowsy options that you can purchase, very, very cheap, and it is more expensive to buy it on the cruise. So just buy it and bring it if you need it. Sometimes I get super seasick on embarkation day in the next couple of days. Sometimes I don't. Same thing with my husband. Sometimes he gets super seasick and on embarkation day. It's that first dinner, it just hits you really hard. My friend Stephanie ended up having to leave halfway through dinner, missing part of the show because she was so sick she couldn't even look at her food anymore. And that was because we didn't take Dramamine early on in the day. So just make sure you have anything you possibly might think of before leaving and going onto the ship. Because you just never know. You don't expect to get sick or feel sick on cruise ships, or on your vacation rather, but make sure you have those as well. My husband and I used fuel rods. If you don't know, it's like a charge bar for your phone. Oh, I actually have one right here. You can get these at the Disney resorts and the Disney parks. They have MagSafe ones, and then also ones that you can just plug into a cable. Highly recommend using those. If you're gonna be using your phone in the Navigator app a lot on top of whatever entertainment you're gonna use, your phone charger is going to die sooner than later. That said, if you don't want to purchase a charge bar, just bring a cable, because there's a lot of USB ports all over the ships that I've discovered in like the bars and the lounges. So if your phone just happens to be dying and you're at one of the coffee shops, just plug your phone in and have a drink for a couple minutes, let it get a little charge, and move on with your day. That was something that I was really afraid of, that we weren't going to have enough charge ports in the actual stateroom, because we had my Magic Band, my husband's Magic Band, my Magic Band, my husband, Stephanie's Magic Band, and then we had our charge bars charging. And then there was like 2 other things, our phones as well charging. We had a lot of things charging every single night, and I was so afraid that we were going to run out of charge ports. They have plenty of charge ports all over the place, so I would not worry about it. I brought a handful of magnetic hooks to use in the cruise ship, or stateroom rather. Didn't realize how useful that was going to be. Like, I loved using our hooks so much that I purchased more to be able to hold more, because the ones that I had didn't hold like enough weight. They were so useful for literally everything, for holding our cruise lanyards, which when you go onto the ship, you'll get, especially if you're a silver or a part of the Castaway Club, you'll get a new lanyard. But if you don't have a cruise lanyard for your card, I highly recommend getting one. We actually have ones that we use every single time. We don't use the ones that are given to us, because mine is Minnie Mouse and completely bedazzled, and his is like a stitch one, which I'll see if I have it in here. This one is mine. And then my husband's is a little stitch. The card goes here, and then this is his lanyard that he got on the ship, and mine's just a little string. But this is one of the organizers that I'm going to use to help or keep things all together. Using clear collapsible organizers was super, super helpful. Also, I apologize if my ADD goes all over the place, because I've got a lot of things to say about all this stuff. We brought with us, I don't have them on me, basically collapsible cube storage. That was like it wasn't a square, it was about like this big. It was a rectangle that had lids. We brought those for my husband and I to put like underwear and socks and stuff in it, things that we wouldn't be hanging up, because we hung up our outfits and then just kept everything else at the bottom of the closet. And it was so useful, especially when it came to dirty clothes as well, because I had like a hamper bag but nowhere to like hang it or put it in, so I just draped it over one. So we had like our clothes hanging, and then we had my underwear in one box, his underwear and socks and whatever, bras or whatever, in the other one, and then the middle one was like all of our dirty clothes, so I could just toss our dirty clothes in there with that bag filled up. I just tied it off and took it away, which I recommend getting or keeping your Disney parks bags and you're using those. I actually use, like on a regular basis, my Run Disney gear bags. If you don't know what that is, it's just like a drawstring bag that's about yay big, that's clear, and has like a little string rope that you use to tie it off. You use it for when you're checking in for a race and you can't bring all your stuff with you. But I use those for laundry bags for like everything because they last a long time, surprisingly, and I just like disinfect it and then move on with my life. But I highly recommend bringing something like that just to help keep laundry a little organized and a little easier, so that way when you have a basket that's full of clothes, you can just tie it off, shove it into your luggage. Our luggage typically goes like under our bed because there's plenty of space for it, and then that way it's completely out of the way and doesn't pile up in the top of the room. It also, if you're taking out, like, if you have decorations or things that you pack away, you can put them in these collapsible clear bags that you know where it is, and then you can just close it shut, throw it back in your luggage, and it's out of the way. Totally, I'm so glad that I decided to get these. Got some of those like magnetic hooks, and then I have made/bought a handful of door magnets. So if you don't know what this is, your stateroom doors and your walls are all magnetic, by the way. The whole thing, more or less, is completely magnetic. So you can hang things easily just by using a strong enough magnet. A lot of people like to decorate their doors. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's fun to kind of walk down the halls and see all the different magnets and things, which I'm doing something really special for this cruise and the next cruise, which I'll try and remember to end the video with. But I have some old magnets that I made. This is just canvas paper that I have some magnets to that I just drew on with marker. This is the, oh, my husband's gonna kill me. I can't remember what it's called. This is the thing that goes inside Iron Man. I was gonna call it the Tesseract. It is not the Tesseract. But I have like a crown here. I have little sayings like, my husband is an Avenger, my wife is a princess. These are gonna be coming with us. We saw a lot of inspo. I highly recommend just taking a walk down the corridors if you're interested in doing cruise magnets, because we saw so many fun ideas. Someone had taken, so at the end of the cruise, you're gonna get free luggage tags that'll have like a different character on it. And then on the back, you'll enter in like your information, like in case it gets lost for whatever reason. That way you leave your checked luggage outside your stateroom. They'll take your checked luggage down to a space, and then the next day you'll pick it up on your way out. So you don't have to carry it around the morning of. You can just go to breakfast and then leave, and then you'll go to the character that you have and your luggage will be there. We have gotten a different character every single cruise. I'm missing one of these and I'm really upset. I don't know where it is, but we put magnets on the back. So that way it's kind of like, look at all the cruises we went on. That said, I did buy a magnet. Is this the only one I've bought? Yeah. There is a small shop called Wish Upon Magic, I believe, and she's started making cruise magnets. I wish I waited because she has a Stitch one and an Ariel one that I would have bought, but I love this one because it just looks like my husband and I, and it's just a little thin magnet that we're gonna put on, but this looks like a little porthole. So that way it's like your door has a little porthole for the characters to come out in. We also have, there was a lot of people pin trading on the ship. If you go back and watch my series from the Treasure, a lot of people pin traded with us, to the point where someone even dropped off a little printed out slip that I guess some of the guests had gotten together and made, and it listed every single stateroom that had pin boards on it, which we took a whole couple of hours just going over the entire ship following the list and looking for all these pins, all 13 floors. It was so fun. It was so fun though. But what we use is, this is an old pin like pouch thing where you would like hold it on your hip. What we do is we have like a little lanyard. I'm not gonna pull it out right now, but it just kind of hangs, and then we put this on the wall outside of our door with like a handful of Disney pins for people to come and trade with. It was so fun too, especially because we would like start coming back to our room and then we would see people pin trading, and then we'd be like, oh, who pin traded this morning? With our decorations for our door, we went on, the Treasure was a Christmas cruise, and so I brought hooks and then I bought tiny little stockings to be like our fish extenders of sorts, so people could put little gifts in them. I think I put our names on them. I can't remember if I did or not. It'll be in the video, but like people would come and leave little gifts in it, and it was so cute. I just like put them on the door, and it was just, I don't know, it just looked festive and cute, and like we were celebrating our birthday, so I had like a birthday. I don't have it with me because we're not going on a birthday cruise, but I had like a birthday magnet. I had Bestie's first cruise magnet. I made one for, we were on the ship on my husband's birthday, so I made one for today's Jared's birthday, and that was cool too. We got a lot of presents. It was so fun. But speaking of presents, we actually have kept a lot of the presents that we got that we're gonna give to other people. A lot of people left us little duckies here. I have a little Play-Doh thing that's still good. There's a little treasure chest thing here that has little goodies in it that we got on Pirate Night. They gave us little pouches with stickers. And something else that we ended up getting a lot is we got a ton of Lorcana cards. So I have a stack of Lorcana cards that my husband doesn't want nor I want, that we're just gonna give to people and put in their little fish extender. I do wanna mention, we got one of these, and I highly recommend you get one of these. This is a chargeable fan. You can move in any direction, and it is magnet. So we had this basically on the wall, and then we positioned it in a way so that way it was for my husband and I to use, and we used it not every night, but almost every night, because sometimes we got really hot. Highly recommend. Chargeable, rechargeable fan that can be positioned in any way. Like this is almost 360 with a strong enough magnet to attach to a wall. This is new. We've typically not had like a true fish extender. People just like leave us gifts like on the little clip that the fish extender has, but now we have an official fish extender hook thing pouch, and I'm really excited about it. So I got this off Amazon. It's 4 different pouches. I am gonna have this pouch folded up just in case we ever have like friends come with us. I can decorate that one, but I just didn't know what to decorate it for right now. I might have it decorated for our cruise, I don't know. But it's got a pouch for my husband, a pouch for me, and then like a generic little cruise logo here. I did get, this is a patch from Etsy. I can't remember what the shop is, but it has all the ships that we've been on. We're gonna try, and I'm gonna try and draw in Believe here, like paint over the white and draw in Believe, because we are gonna go on the Believe eventually, which I'm very excited about that as well. But I worked on that for our fish extender gifts that we will receive. But I went a little nuts. I don't think I'm gonna do this many for the Destiny. And I'm actually currently trying to come up with ideas on what to do for the Destiny, because I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to do all of this for that. So since we're going during the fall, I wanted to do little ornaments. I did wooden ornaments last year, and then I painted one side for the theme, the treasure, and then the other side had the Disney logo. I didn't want to go into detail that much. Instead, what I did is I bought more cheaper leaves ornaments and decided to do even more detail on them. So one side has the Disney Cruise logo, which I'm going to put the year on the back as well. These aren't done just yet. And then on this side, you may be wondering, what the heck is that? Well, if you look at the ship's chandelier from straight up below it, this is the design that is on there. And that is the only clue you're gonna get to what ship we're going on. So I have a million of these, but something that I do for the cast members is when you give gratuities, which you can choose to prepay those, which we did this time, and I'm glad that we did, because that way it's one less thing we don't have to worry about paying later. And if we wanted to add on gratuities, we can do that later as well. When you give your gratuities at the end of the cruise, you can give them little, you don't have to, but you can give them little envelopes as like a, you know, a thank you. Even though I've already paid for them, it's like, thank you for your service or whatever. So typically what I do is about this size, do little cards with like a Disney character on it saying thank you, and then on the other side I'll say something personal for each one of them that they did for us. I think this go round I'm going to just give them some of these, because I have some of these that the back is not colored in yet because I forgot. So I think what I'm going to do is just write the thank you on the back, and that way they have this little ornament that represents their contract for the ship that they were on, the time period they were on it because of the leaves, and all that, you know? So that's what we're gonna do for our cast members, and I'm actually really pumped about that, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically tie it to the little, I'll probably still leave like a note with them, but I'm gonna tie it to the thing and be like, this is for you, so you get a gift. Because I know as a cast member myself, I like getting tiny little trinkets and gifts and things. I feel like it's almost more memorable than getting a tip of some sort. I got an idea. It's kind of like an inspiration from what I saw some people do on the Treasure, and then I saw some other people do this on the Adventure, which the Adventure, side note, has people went crazy for decorating their doors on the Adventure that it's caused Disney to put out a lot of restrictions on what you are and you aren't allowed to do. Because keep in mind, your door is a door. Your housekeeping person has to be able to make it in and out of the door. So if you're putting drapes or lights or anything else, you have to be able to open said door, walk in with that space, which it's a small space. The stateroom doors are not that big, and be able to walk out without knocking anything over or damaging anything. Because even though everything's magnetic, things can still get damaged if people are walking in and out, in and out. I know we even had to be careful from our stockings that were hanging up, you know, of damaging those accidentally. So when you're designing your beautiful door, make sure to keep things up and away and out of the way so it doesn't hurt or catch on anything when the housekeeping cast members coming in and out and cleaning your beautiful stateroom. That said, we saw something that was really cool where they pretty much took like paper and just drew on the whole door and then like cut out a little space for the peephole and the stateroom number, as well as like the door handle. And I was like, that is so cool, because then I could do like a mural. So for this cruise and our Destiny cruise coming up, I've decided to do a mural. For this cruise, I'm doing a mermaid mural. It's kind of Nemo Under the Sea inspired, but for the Destiny, we're gonna do like an Avengers tower with like the characters all flying around, and both my husband and I are super duper excited. So I'll end this vlog showing you that. I just wanted to say before I finish, if you've made it this far, 30 something minutes, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Like I said, we're gonna be doing more fun videos now that it's just, we don't do anything when it's hot outside because it's too hot to do like anything. And this work's been tough or whatever. So like, I'm gonna have a lot more fun videos coming up over the next couple of months. I'm gonna stop talking and end this video. I just wanna say thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.